Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you already know that April 1st is the election day in so many cities and villages around Chicago. One of those villages that will have election day on April 1st is Schiller Park. And I'm holding here the recent edition of Polish Daily News. You can find there an ad for Schiller Park First, a slate led by Mr. Chada Meyersa, who's the candidate for mayor of Schiller Park. And today we have a pleasure of hosting two his running mates. Rosa Jos, who's running for the clerk of Village of Schiller Park. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
And Joan Golembiewski, trustee.
Nice to meet you.
So both of you are currently in the office.
Yes.
And you are running for re-election.
Correct.
Awesome. Let me start by exploring your last names. Jos should actually be Juś. If we use the Polish marks, the Polish characters that originally were there.
Right.
You are not Polish, but your husband is, right?
Yes. His name is Marian. We've been married for many years. He came to this country with his parents. They migrated here when he was just a young boy, and they brought along all their Polish traditions that we followed, and as a result, we also brought up our two children with those
Polish traditions.
With those Polish traditions,
That's
yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And John, you still have that SKI at the end of your last name. Golembiewski is as Polish as can be.
I do have the SKI on my name. That's my husband's name, but I am also Polish. I'm third generation Polish. My great-grandparents were born in Krakow.
Wow.
And my grandparents were born here. At the time, they didn't want my mom to learn Polish. My mother was mad forever at her parents for that. And later on, my late husband and I went to school to try to learn Polish. He was working for a Schiller Park business, a Polish-owned business named Selco. It's now MJ Selco. And we both wanted to learn Polish to go back to our roots. His parents were fluent. But Polish as an adult is a very difficult language to learn.
It is a very hard language, period, for everybody.
Yes.
So, yeah. And both of you, your Polish connections are a testament to the fact that Schiller Park is actually a very Polish city, very Polish town. How Polish is it? Is it in terms of the citizens that live there and Polish businesses that operate in Schiller Park?
If I had to guess, I would say roughly about 20% is Polish. I've lived in Schiller Park for 40 years, and through the years I've seen the changes that happened in our community, all the influx of the Polish families. We have beautiful schools in Schiller Park, 3 beautiful new schools, and that's attracting a lot of the younger people. All the Polish businesses that have come to town. That's a beautiful thing to see, because we feel that Polish people are very proud of the families and their community. I'm sorry, and they come into town and they start remodeling their homes immediately and making all these improvements that is good for our community, our town.
It is a town that is also very close to me. I have a family living there. I was living there for a few months at the beginning of my American journey, and it is a great community. It is really, and I know why Polish people flock to Schiller Park to plant their roots there, and they stay for a long time.
They do.
That is the case with Mr. Meyersa.
Yes.
Who's running for the office of mayor. Let's talk about him for a moment. He is a lifelong citizen of Schiller Park.
Yes.
Right.
Who is he?
Chad was born and raised in Schiller Park, and his parents were very involved in the village itself, working for and volunteering for the community. So Chad he grew up volunteering for Schiller Park. He's loved the town all his life. Now he's raising his own family in Schiller Park. He has one child in high school and one in the junior high in Schiller Park. So he's got his roots deep into Schiller Park.
And let's talk about his credentials. What does he bring to the table? What kind of person he is?
Well, I've known Chada Meyersa since he was 12 years old. I saw him grow up, and like Joan said, he's always been involved in politics. He loves politics. He loves Schiller Park. And what will he bring to the table? I think that he will bring unity, and he will bring leadership to our, not only to our party, but to the rest of our residents.
I totally agree with that. I think his style of communication will include everyone. It won't just be a few chosen people, it will be the entire board, all the staff, all the residents. He doesn't like when residents don't get answers. He's like that even now, and he's not the mayor yet.
Transparency is very important.
So
yes.
I am always impressed with the way he unifies people. He gets a group of people in the same room, and within 10 minutes, they're working like a unit. So I think that's an important trait in a mayor.
Great.
And we're having fun while we're doing it, too.
That's also important.
It's very important.
So Mr. Meyers is a union representative. He's also working for Metra. So yeah, he's got to have great people skills.
Yes.
He's got to win the support of his fellow union members. He's got to lead so many negotiations, I would imagine.
Yes.
Those are all qualities that we should be looking, people should be looking in their mayor.
You need to be, you need those qualities to be a successful leader.
Even in his day-to-day work, he always has to be ready to jump in and diffuse something or step in an emergency. He's protecting a lot of people every day.
Yeah. You decided to run with him. Both of you hold your positions right now. So let's talk about the position of the clerk. What are your major responsibilities? What are you doing right now for the village?
So as a clerk, I keep all records for the village. I have many responsibilities. I have the responsibilities of submitting all documentations every year, whether it's our ordinances, like our budget ordinance, our levy, everything that the village has, all the major documentations, I have to submit all that.
And you have to control the process.
I have to control the process, yes.
You handle FOIA requests, and
I help with the
and
FOIA.
you work on bids, and the clerk does so very much for the village.
I have to post on the newspapers, the bid openings for all the, all the projects that we're doing. I also do the bid openings. Just tons of other.
It's a complicated position.
It's a very complicated position, yes.
And Joan, what is your experience as a trustee? For how many years are you serving on the
I've been a
village
trustee
board?
for nearly 8 years.
8 years already?
Yes, and prior to that I was on the zoning commission in town for 12 years. So I have a lot of experience in the zoning area and the codes. As a trustee, we kind of are liaisons to the residents. So we try to get out and talk to people, and if there are concerns or comments, we try to bring those back. In addition, we review everything. We approve the budgets. We look at ordinances. We approve ordinances. So it's oversight, and it is kind of liaison with the residents.
I'm asking these questions to show that all 5 candidates that run together with Mr. Meyers have experience.
Yes.
Those are people that are already in the office, experienced people who know the ins and outs of working at the city.
Correct. I've been the clerk for 8 years, registered, went to Springfield for 3 years to get certified. Like you said, I know all the ins and outs of the office.
And she's very good at it. Tom Deegan was our fire chief for many years, so he's been involved in village politics and operations for years. Marie Lukowski was
Another
on
Polish name.
Yes.
Yes, Marie Lukowski was on the police and fire pension board prior to being elected as a trustee. And I told you I was on zoning, so we all do have a lot of experience.
A ton of experience. Let's talk about endorsements, because Mr. Meyers and the entire slate is getting so many endorsements, so much support coming in from the village. So who already openly supported you?
We have the school.
The school association.
The school association. That's a biggie. We have the library board, members of the recreation board, we have zoning commission, we have former
school board
trustees, school board. Who am I missing?
Lots of residents, people from all the different boards in the community. I know we have a couple from library board.
Okay.
There's a former trustee. There are more to come out.
Yeah.
So
we have multiple former trustees that have endorsed.
But we're very proud of our endorsements, because to me, the people in the community endorsing you means much more than any outside. There are some outside
100%.
endorsements as well. But the people in the community are those that matter.
Yeah.
They know what goes on, they know what's going right, they know what's going wrong. And for them to put their confidence in us, to me, says much more than anything else.
Yeah, that really so. That it says volumes. So what are the top priorities for Mr. Meyers and for you going forward? What are the top priorities that you want to focus on for the next term?
Okay. We have many things we want to focus on. One is to work more strongly in the area of economic and community development. We currently don't have a community development director. Our hope is to have someone that is dedicated to that position. Economic development is so crucial to a community. You want to be able to have somebody whose sole purpose is to communicate with business owners, to try and encourage people to develop businesses in town, and to maintain a relationship with the existing businesses. So that is one of our major focuses. We also want to get staff fully staffed, and if there are any gaps in staffing in department directors or other staffing, we want to make sure all those gaps are filled with fully qualified people. Morale is important to us, so we want to make sure that everybody has a good, calm working environment, that everybody feels they're working as a team. We want to increase our communication with the school district and improve on our collaboration with them. That's very important to us because, as Rosa said earlier, our schools are something that attract people to the community. We want to make sure that the village and the school district work collaboratively to make sure that it's the best possible experience for the students and the parents.
Another area is safety.
Public safety.
Safety, yes, that's very important to us. I mean, what is there more important to a village than your public safety, right? You need an emergency. You have an emergency. You need to call 911. You want them there as soon as possible. So we need to fill some vacancies from those two departments, police and fire.
Right now we have 2 ambulances. We own 2 ambulances, but we can't run 2 ambulances because we don't have adequate staff to do so. So that's one of our initiatives as well, is to get staff to a point where we can run both the ambulances.
So I think the key word that resonates with everything is to become more active, actively pursuing new businesses, actively reach out to the businesses that are already in the village of Schiller Park, communicate better with the assets that the village already has.
We are, Schiller Park is located in a wonderful area. We are 5 minutes away from the airport. We have
right by the tollway.
Right by the tollway, the train stations. Anybody can get to any place that they need to within a very short time. And like our motto says, we are a small town with the world at our touch. So that's what we want to focus on.
Yeah, this is a community honestly destined for success.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You also mentioned about things that residents don't necessarily see.
Correct.
But you have a perfect insight, being a trustee, being a city clerk. You know things kind of behind the scene. And
we do.
You're looking for improvements there also.
Yes. After 8 years of being in our positions, we've seen a lot. You know, to us, we feel like not just what the citizens can see on the outside that's not all that's important. Also, what's happening within the village hall, what's happening inside is just as important as, you know, those are things that residents don't see. But they're just as important as what they can see.
Absolutely.
Right. One of the things, customer service, we want to increase Village Hall hours so that people can come in on a Saturday again. It was done away with during COVID because obvious reasons, but we want to bring that back. The Saturday hours never came in, and there are some people who can never get to Village Hall because of work. So this, it's an in-person connection to the people in Village Hall.
Correct. And I mean, we do have a lot of technology now. People can pay the water bill online. They can pay the water bill over the phone. But there are people that still, we have a lot of older, we have seniors, quite a few seniors in town, that they don't know how to use a computer. They may not own a computer. They need to come in. And there's nothing like that face-to-face.
100%. Nothing's going to ever replace
Nothing
that.
is going to replace that. No computers or technology will replace coming into Village Hall and being taken care of.
We're just several days before the election day, so the early voting has already started. We encourage ladies and gentlemen to vote early if you can. But you got to be super busy right now, right? In the thick of the campaign. How does your day look like? Do you canvass a lot? Do you talk to the citizens?
Well, with me at work, I am the voting official, so I get many phone calls, people asking questions about early voting, voting day. I also go out to register people so that they can vote, fill out applications for voting by mail. So my day is extremely busy right now. So I do that during the day, and then we campaign during the night.
We're getting out to talk to as many people as we can because we get ideas, we get inspiration. Being able to get out and talk to residents one-on-one is an experience like no other.
I believe
we get to meet people that we might not meet in our day-to-day, but we are talking to them. We're bringing all that back to our group. We're making copious notes about what people are saying, what they need us to do when we're elected. So it is very intense. It's every evening. It's all day Saturday, all day Sunday. So we're ready for the election to be successfully over.
Yes.
And we can get back to visiting our families again.
Yeah, definitely. What are the people asking? There's a number of questions. Some are very specific, like I have a problem with the pothole, you know, just a few yards away from my driveway. But some must be general about the entire village.
Yes, some are general. We have had people talk about hours at Village Hall. We've had people talk about customer service, asking about what businesses are you trying to get into town, what's happening at the property at blah and blah. So they're varied, and as you said, many very specific. What about my water main, and what about my driveway?
My streets was supposed to be done last year. How come it wasn't?
But it means that they care,
Absolutely,
right?
that is, and we love all these questions because this is how we're elected by our people, and we need to stand by them and do everything that we possibly can. You know.
We started our conversation talking about how Polish Schiller Park is, and it is a home to a number of great organizations. One of them is Gift from the Heart Foundation. Let's talk about them for a second.
Gift from the Heart does so much for so many kids, and it is a thriving organization that we value very, very much.
We have a fundraiser every year, it's called Pierogies and Fun. And that's the fundraiser to help them. The proceeds go to Gift from the Heart.
Awesome. Where can people find you? Obviously, you're knocking at the door, so there's a good chance if you live in Schiller Park,
you have seen us multiple times.
Yes, you probably sang "Oh Nothing" again.
But if people want to find more information, where should they go? Should they follow you on Facebook? Is that the best way?
Yes, Schiller Park First is where if they have any questions about the elections, and if they have just generic questions, they can call my office. I can, give them information as far as that goes, but politically, that's where they would,
Schiller Park First Facebook page.
Yes. Awesome. If they need to be registered, if they need information about where to vote, when to vote, they can call the clerk's office in Schiller Park Village Hall.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your visit.
Oh, thank you so much.
We want to encourage everybody to go out and vote, regardless of who you support. Voting, stating your opinion is extremely important. Mr. Chada Meyersa is the candidate for mayor. Rosa Jos is running for the office of clerk. Joan Golembiewski is running for a trustee. There are two other experienced candidates for a trustee. All of them bring really a ton of experience. This is the key word here.
Yes.
And if you want to find out more information about them, look for Schiller Park First on Facebook. You'll learn everything there is to know about all those candidates. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
That was great. Go out and vote, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, please.